Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the traditional banana ball weigh-in. Romping and stomping his way out of the Party Animals dugout. Standing 7 feet tall. He actually smells like cupcakes. He is the gassiest mascot in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Farty! He clocks in tonight at 350 pounds. That smells like cupcakes. And opposing him, making his way out of the Savannah Bananas dugout. He wakes up every morning and routinely chooses chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the king of potassium, Split! He clocks in this evening at 220 pounds of pure potassium power. And now, home plate umpire, Vincent Chapman. 3, 2, 1, go!
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention down that first base line as we meet the cast of the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour.
It is a fired up Farty and Split as they get to square off in the weigh-in and give us a little choreographed dance afterwards. The cast and crew parading through as you take a look at historic Grayson Stadium here ahead of game 92 on the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our dear friends over at Zappos. Boy, what a wild couple of days it has been for us here in Chatham County and the entire southeast of the United States for that matter. Welcome inside the booth with Josh Talevsky. Biko Scala here. It was just a couple days spilling into Friday morning that Hurricane Helene came in with about 70-mile-an-hour winds for us, knocked a lot of trees down, killed power for about 60% of the greater Savannah area, but we're building back. The debris are cleared off of our 99-year-old ball club. We've got the generators humming, and we are here for some banana ball.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and we do hope that everybody here in Savannah and, of course, the southeast region of the United States is okay following this hurricane. But Biko, nonetheless, there have been a lot of people working really hard to make sure that banana ball is played tonight and then tomorrow afternoon as well. And we're coming off of one of the biggest, actually the biggest banana ball game of all time. 45,000 people a Saturday ago in Citizens Bank Park actually witnessed the Party Animals coming away with a 3-2 win over the Bananas. But this is the final series in Savannah, Georgia for the season. The last opportunity for the Bananas and Party Animals to leave lasting impressions on the home crowd here in Savannah, Georgia. And there are still some milestones that we could witness in tonight's ball game as well. Ryan Cox sits 2 trick plays away from becoming the first player to 200 trick plays in a single season. And the Bananas and Party Animals, if we see 10 total trick plays in tonight's ball game, would make sure that there have been 1,300 trick plays on this 2024 World Tour, which would be an incredibly impressive accomplishment when 1,000 was the goal coming into this tour.
Yeah, that's right. Of course, we saw Jackson Olsen cross the 100 mark on the tour last Saturday night in Philadelphia, part of a 3-trick play night for the Great 8, who is now up to 102 on the year. And then DR Meadows comes in at 92 trick plays. Tough for the doctor that we now have one of our final 4 games canceled due to Hurricane Helene. So now only 3 left on the docket. That means we're probably going to need a couple 3-trick play nights and a 2-trick play night. If he could pick up 4, obviously it's always about opportunities. That would make him feel a lot better at joining that 100 trick play club.
I mean, even though you lose a game, it kind of makes the chase even more fascinating for DR Meadows. Of course, chasing 100 trick plays. He's also chasing 100 hits this season as well. as is the Party Animals leadoff batter, Reese Hampton. So it's another thing we're going to be monitoring across these final 3 games. And Biko the Bananas pretty fired up to be back in Grayson Stadium as well, considering they have posted a 14-5 record in this ballpark this year.
So we've got Banana Ball for you tonight. We'll have Banana Ball for you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then we have to wait a full couple weeks before we get to Miami. October 12th will be the final game of the tour. But this coming Thursday night is when things really get interesting, because that's when the 2025 schedule will be released on what we're calling the 2025 Banana Ball World Tour Draft.
Well, it was such a blast to be able to make all the big announcements last year. We saw a new team in the Firefighters get unveiled. We saw a new Banana Ball rule that has had major impact this season in the Golden Batter rule. So things are only going to get bigger and better for this 2025 announcement, and you will not want to miss it next Thursday.
Yeah, can't wait to find out where the tour is going, what the Party Animals have in store, what the Firefighters will be doing in their second year of existence, if there will be another team joining Banana Ball, what's happening to Grayson Stadium. There are a lot of questions to be answered. But that's for Thursday night. We're about to get a fan warm-up here. DR's out on the field. We'll toss it down to the doctor to see how these folks get rowdy here this evening.
5-year-old Maeve! All right, Maeve, your job is very important. You have to get all these people warmed up for this game, so whatever you do, they all have to do. You think you can do that? Crank it, Shark. Oh, get those hands together. Yes, Maeve. Oh, we're rolling it. How do you know this move, Maeve? Well, let's groove tonight. Pulp Fiction. How do you know this? From the 80s. Oh, we're getting dizzy now. Spin around. Maeve's got a lot of energy tonight. Swimming? Oh dear. We got us swimming yesterday. Jumping jack. Let's exercise. Get those hands together. Yes, Maeve. You just got 5,000 people fired up for this game. Give it up one more time for Maeve!
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and potassium enthusiasts from around the world, tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live and millions more watching at home have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all 5,000 people here in Savannah, Georgia, to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball!
Grayson Stadium, it's time to meet the starting lineup for your Savannah Bananas. Leading off in center field, number 5, DR the Doc Meadow. Batting second, the DH, number 19, Dan Ober. Batting third at first base, number 3, Eric Jones. In the cleanup spot, the extra hitter, number 7, Michael Vitamin D. In right field, number 2, Reese Superman Alexiadis. Batting 6th at second base, number 8, our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. Behind the plate, wearing number 1, make some noise for Bill Leroy. The left fielder, number 15, we call him Rack, Robert Anthony Cruz. Batting 9th at third base, number 18, Denny Hosley. And at shortstop, number 6, our glove magician, Ryan Cox. On the mound for your Bananas tonight, number 21, it's Donnie Day, baby, Jared Donaldson. Your Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum, assisted by Adam Virant and Ray Ortega. Fans, please remain standing and remove your hats. Here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem, please welcome Lakin Love.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, Lakin Love.
It is game 92 of the 2024 Banana Ball World Tour. Loved by the people who don't control the wind, they just study it. Our sharp friends over at Zappos. Only 3 games left on the year. With the Party Animals coming off a thrilling win in the biggest Banana Ball game of all time, with over 45,000 fans on hand last Saturday night in Philadelphia. The Bananas are looking for a bounce back. Well, the Animals are looking to stay hot. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the boys in all yellow tonight. Left to right in the outfield, the usual suspects: Robert Anthony Cruz, D.R. Meadows, and Reese Alexiadis. Same goes for the infield, where third to first you see Danny Hosley, Ryan Cox, Jackson Olsen, and Eric Jones Jr. Behind the dish, it's Bill Leroy, and on the mound is Jared Donaldson.
Well, again, it's Ryan Cox pacing all players this season, 198 trick plays. If he can collect 2 tonight, he would be the first player in Banana Ball history with 200 trick plays in a single season. And we saw Reese Alexiadis a weekend ago for the Bananas become the first outfielder not named D.R. Meadows to 40 trick plays in a season. Really impressive stuff from the rookie.
And let's zoom in on number 21, Jared Donaldson. Happy Donnie Day to all who celebrate. Pride of Albany, Georgia. About 3.5 hours down the road here from us in Savannah. Has been really terrific especially since the start of June.
Well, Jared Donaldson's making start number 10 this season. You see 4 wins and 2 losses on tour, and he loves pitching from the get-go, and the Bananas want to honor that. The numbers back it up as well. You look at the last 5 starts from Jared Donaldson, has not lost a game, has 1 win on the record, 20 innings pitched. He's only allowed 19 hits in that span, striking out 17 batters as well. And you see Jared Donaldson, currently his season MPI average at 4 minutes and 41 seconds, but across these last 5 starts, we've seen that average dip quite a bit for Jared Donaldson, as he's averaged 3 outs in just 4 minutes and 6 seconds for the Bananas.
Let's take a look at the Animals lineup that opposes the D2 All-American from 2022 on the mound. Take a look in the background. Reese Hampton there getting loose at the top. Chase Acuff and Jake Skoll will be due up after him. Dalton Cornett cleaning it up. Then Armando Becerra, Jason Swan, and Bryson Bloomer. And Tanner Thomas, Indiana Stanley, and Dustin Baber to round it out.
I need you to yell at the top of your lungs, start the clock. Here we go in 1, 2, 3. Showtime!
And now we're truly mere moments away from first pitch. The 2-hour timer is ticking. And one last enormous thank you to everybody in the organization, everybody in the city of Savannah, who did such an amazing job helping clean up, help people in need, as Hurricane Helene rolled through here and knocked a whole lot of trees down. Much of Chatham County still out of power. But we've got over 5,000 fans on hand, looking to have a heck of a night. And we've got a 1-1 count here on Hampton.
Reese Hampton, a man in search of a big night offensively for the Party Animals. 10 hits away from 100 on tour. Pops up the 3rd pitch from Jared Donaldson, and it's Bill Leroy in foul territory, coming up with the barehanded trick play catch for the Bananas. Now 8 trick plays this season for Mr. Leroy.
They made it look so easy. 7-year Banana right in front of the Grayson Stadium faithful. You might hear 8 trick plays. Doesn't sound like a ton. That's 4 times more than any other catcher in Banana Ball. It's so hard to grab them behind the plate. Bill's truly in a league of his own when it comes to trick plays.
And what's really fascinating is that so many of them have come surprisingly here in Grayson Stadium. But Bill, of course, a Banana since 2018, very familiar with the dimensions of this ballpark.
I'm sure there might be a little extra motivation to keep the folks fired up who have been cheering him on for every summer since 2018 when he came here on a temporary contract.
Well, the offensive numbers sure have been strong for Leroy at home as well. Batting close to 500 as Chase Acuff will sky the 3rd pitch from Donaldson. Over to D.R. Meadows, who will tip this to Reese Alexiadis, who catches the Banana Ball behind the back, and already 2 outs and 3 trick plays in the ball game for the Savannah Bananas as DR and Reese combine for that double trick play beauty.
You love to see DR inching up to 93 on the tour. That puts him 7 shy of the 100 trick play mark here in 2024. Alexiadis, for his part, now up to 41. That's 2nd most among outfielders. 2 ahead of Reese Hampton in that department. And now, let's have a 4 trick play first. Eric Jones Jr. joins the party. Donnie takes the flip to the bag, and it's a 1-2-3 frame.
4 trick plays, the Animals go 3 up, 3 down, and Jared Donaldson tosses a 2-minute and 17-second frame. That is incredible Banana Ball to start the night.
Pop-up, fly out, ground out. Excellent work from Jared Donaldson. Here's the Party Animals defensive alignment behind Brett Helton on the mound. In the outfield, left to right, it's Armando Becerra, Reese Hampton, and Jake Skoll. In the infield, 3rd to 1st, it is Bryson Bloomer, Chase Acuff, Dustin Baber, and Jason Swan. And Helton's battery mate, Indiana Stanley, getting the start at catcher.
Great to see Indiana Stanley in the starting lineup for the Party Animals. Only his 2nd start with the black and pink boys, but for Indy Stanley, it's his first behind the plate for this squad. He'll see if he can come away with the trick play, much like Bill Leroy. And of course, it is Reese Hampton in center field, becoming very close to becoming the first party animal with 40 trick plays as an outfielder.
Let's take a closer look at Helton here in his second World Tour, third year in Banana Land, after he journeyed to us from the American Association for the 2022 Summer Series. And he has been working very quick and has been really effective once again for the Animals.
7 wins and 10 losses this season for Brett Helton, making start number 22. He is leading all pitchers with that 110 and a third innings pitched this season. And to have an average MPI of 3 minutes and 38 seconds is wildly impressive. What's more, Brett, of course, notorious for having the most innings thrown in less than 2 minutes out of any pitcher in Banana Ball. He has done that 37 times.
He squares off with the tour leader in batting average. DR hitting .361. Tapper right back to Helton. Grabs the spinner behind the back, and that's 6 trick plays on the tour for the former Pittsburgh Pirates minor leaguer.
And already 5 trick plays in the ball game between the Bananas and Party Animals, off to an incredibly hot start. Brett Helton, of course, getting the slow tapper, has plenty of time to flip that one behind the back. Beautiful play from Helton. And the Animals trying to keep it going defensively is now Dan Oberst takes strike 1.
If the luck goes Brett's way and the opportunities come to him, he's got a puncher's chance at catching up to Delano, who leads all pitchers with 8 trick plays on the tour. Noah Nisnik sandwiched in between the two with 7. 0-2, just a pinch down and out. So the mighty Dan Oberst DHing here tonight. Having a tremendous third tour. 6th season as a Savannah Banana. We'll get another 1-2 after this foul ball.
Yeah, still a really strong season from Dan Oberst, spending most of his time as the designated and extra hitters for the Bananas, but he's provided exactly what they've needed. Unfortunately for Oberst here in his first plate appearance, he will go down swinging against Brett Helton. That was a great block behind the plate by Indy Stanley as well.
First strikeout for either side. Excellent execution for Helton, who's finishing up the red light, green light dance. It's an extended strikeout celebration. The fans and his teammates love it.
We're always happy to get the punch out. Brett Helton, we've seen quite a few more across his last 3 starts for the Party Animals. Unfortunately, the only problem with that strikeout, it breaks up that trick play streak we were seeing from the Bananas and Party Animals.
Well, at least we still have 5 through 5 batters. See if Eric Jones Jr. has anything to say about that. Former Twins and Mariners minor leaguer, pacing the Bananas with his 10 home runs. Tied for the team lead with 20 doubles, a couple triples to add in as well. All adds up to a team lead of 32 extra base hits. All the while hitting .336. Reaching base at a .436 clip. Only DR Meadows has a higher on base percentage.
No other batter in Banana Ball this season has amassed more offensive wins than Eric Jones Jr. at 2.5. EJ will foul this one. Indy Stanley nearing the Party Animals dugout was trying to get a read on it and come away with the catch, but that one winds up in the netting. EJ will continue to battle against Brett Helton.
Helton joins the full capacity crowd with a clap and gets another foul ball from EJ. Broken bat. The Charlotte, North Carolina kid will need a new weapon.
Well, EJ trying to take some big swings for the Bananas tonight. You mentioned his 10 home runs on tour. Still trails Jake Skull for the tour lead in long balls by 1. He would love to try and even things up, if not take the lead before this series in Savannah is over, before the guys head off to Miami.
Another 1-2. Driven deep out to right center field. Skoll's got a read on it, and he'll put it away. So Helton and Donaldson trade 1, 2, 3 first innings, and we're scoreless after 1.
Impressive work by the Bananas and Party Animals starters tonight. Brett Helton, about a 4-minute and 1 second MPI. Not too shabby for the righty.
That'll do the job right there. Manners bringing some yellow roses out to the folks in the crowd. As we've got a scoreless game through 1. Good to see folks fired up, both in the YouTube chat and in the K-Club broadcast chat, for Indiana Stanley getting another start behind the dish for the Animals. 2022 Coastal Plain League Banana teamed up with Donnie to earn the squad a second straight Pettit Cup championship. And Indy's sitting in the 9-hole. Should get an opportunity to swing it against his former ace.
Well, of course, for all of those guys who started the season on Banana Ball's developmental team and the visitors, then moved over to the Bananas and Party Animals respectively, they weren't promised much playing time. Again, this is only Stanley's second start with the Party Animals, so he's just trying to cherish the opportunity to get some reps behind the plate or behind the dish and at the plate.
4, 5, and 6 here for the Animals. Dalton Cornett takes a fastball behind him. Looks like that one got him. So he'll get to start with a 1-0 count. As Bill's taking his time. He takes this trip through the legs. DC3 comes in hitting .296. Trying to make it 3 straight World Tours, where he finishes up hitting above 300.
It's looking like it's very possible for Dalton Cornett, especially when you consider how strong the statistics look here in the month of September. DC3 batting .423, and that mark jumps just a little bit higher as Cornett laces the first hit of the night between the Bananas and Party Animals.
Trackman had the fastball from Donaldson at 90, leaving Cornett's bat at 91. Didn't try and do too much. Nice piece of hitting. He's the first man aboard for either side. And now Armando Becerra, one of Indy's visitors' teammate, steps in. He's made a heck of an impact in his short time with the Party Animals. Gets the start and left in the 5-hole. Like he's just getting more and more confident in Banana Ball. The more opportunities he gets, and right on cue, he serves it out to left center. It's back-to-back singles to kick off the second for the Animals.
Good start for the Party Animals, especially considering they've done a lot of their damage recently against Jared Donaldson in the first innings of play. From there, Donnie is doing a really good job settling in, keeping them off the board. But now here in flame number 2, they've got something cooking.
Now the team leader in batting average, Jason Swan, hitting .324, also pacing the squad with his .389 on base percentage. And he just gets better when there are ducks on the pond. Bounces this one to second, could be 2. Flip to Cox, who goes between the legs. Slap a trick play on the twin, killing. Just what Donaldson needed.
Wow, and a gutsy trick play from Ryan Cox as well. But love the way Jackson Olsen attacked that ball, and Cox trusting himself to get to the bag quickly and have the time to do that between the legs transfer that you get a look at before throwing that ball over to Eric Jones to double up the boys in black and pink.
That means the glove magician is up to 199 trick plays on the tour. Bryson Bloomer coming up in the clutch. That's a 2-out RBI for the Boomer. And the Animals have a chance to earn a point here in the second.
We had the big go-ahead nod in Philadelphia to secure the Party Animals a win last Saturday in the 8th inning against Zach Phillips. now is able to provide them their first run of the ball game here tonight in the second. So back-to-back big at-bats from Bloomer, batting with runners in scoring position.
Got a first pitch splitter, barreled it. The Animals lead the inning by a run. They celebrate with their patented Party Rock Anthem shuffle. Now Tanner Thomas looking to get Brett Helton some insurance. Cues that one foul. Quick 0-2 count. Donaldson, for his part, has been pounding the zone early, which is a great sign.
That's kind of what makes it so surprising that the Party Animals are just doing some damage against him here in the second inning as Thomas hits this one on a line. A quickie route for DR Meadows, but sliding comes up with the snag, and Jared Donaldson escapes the second inning, having only given up one to the Party Animals.
They notch their run on 3 hits, strand a man. Another look at DR's basket catch diving. That is such a difficult play. Line drive straight at you as an outfielder, especially in center. So hard to judge. That's a killer job by the doctor.
It's certainly a big adjustment for DR Meadows to make, but again, we know that we've seen the transformation from a man who was a former infielder to now the starting center fielder for the Bananas. Just gets better and better every day, and now he's making those plays look somewhat routine.
Made it look a lot easier than I would have.
Fact. No disrespect to you, my friend.
None taken. There's only one doctor.
I've seen you rip a couple trick plays hitting some BP before, though.
Decent. I'm formidable out in the outfield.
I concur.
But I have gotten burned by a line drive or two out there back in the high school days. It's really just one. I've gotten burned by one in FDR, and I'll never forget it.
Look, if I'm throwing little batting practice and I know that you're, manning center, left, even left center, it's going to be a no-fly zone.
So good tonight, nice and loud, coming up to bat, number 7, Michael.
Still wake up in cold sweats. Bases loaded, liner right at me. Jump! Yeah, no, that's going to clear the bases. So the Nanners are chasing one here as we head to the bottom of the second. We get another matchup with former minor leaguers here as Michael Deeb, former Chicago White Sox farmhand. Can't connect on off speed there from Helton.
What's the right man to have up? Leading off the second inning for the Savannah Bananas, Deeb with a .487 batting average against Brett Helton this season. And Brett has been honest, he feels like he has never been able to figure out Michael Deeb across his banana ball career.
There's a few pitchers who share that sentiment. Goes back to the bender, floats in at 69 according to TrackMan. Nice pitch, just missed outside. And then he speeds it up to 89 on the gun. But once again, it's wide. Michael Deeb has been moved all around this lineup, produces everywhere he's put. Back to the cleanup spot where he spent the most time this year. And it's going to be a grounder to Dustin Baber. Bounce behind the back, almost lost it. He's able to track it down on a second hop to take care of the kid out of Davie, Florida.
A tricky route, but Dustin Baber, all smiles, able to hold that play together and still record the trick play out at the same time. And he's done that to Michael Deeb quite a few times in their respective careers.
Alexiadis, hey, Brett Helton. Second trick play he's picked up across the 5 outs he's induced. And now he's up to 7 on the tour.
Well, Brett Helton, of course, not a man who is unfamiliar with the comeback or hit his way. He's been hit in the head before. Brett able to come up with this one on the ground, thankfully.
As DR Meadows to thank for that. Jackson Olsen, the last hope for the Nanners in the second. They're down a run. Helton trying to put the Party Animals up in the points department. Winning a lot on the curveball here. Goes to a changeup and he's jumped ahead. Hilton, just like Donaldson, is filling up the zone. That's to be expected. Animals a strike away from earning a point. Oh, went right to the heat. Jackson stays alive.
Yeah, big cut there from Jackson Olsen. A deep breath after it that you might have been able to see. Now we'll see if Helton tries to go back to the off speed and slow down that Olsen bat. He does, and misses outside.
Drop down sidearm. Our deuces are wild. Poked the other way, Jackson Olsen keeps the Bananas alive in the second. Played well out there by Mondo. Keeps the grade 8 to a single, but that's the tying run aboard with 2 down.
That's Jackson Olsen's 21st hit to the opposite field this season. 28% of his total hits have gone to left field. He has done a much better job this season at being able to spray the ball across the yard. Helps him out here collecting that base knock.
Trackman had the bender coming in at 79, leaving his bat at 79. Didn't try and do too much. Excellent piece of hitting, put it in the right spot. Malachi Mitchell takes over for him at first. As the captain, Bill Leroy, steps in. Ahead 1-0. Bill represents the inning-winning run. He's got the pop to win it. Malachi faked a steal. Indy checks on it, but he's back safely. Flash up to 44 swiped bags on the year. Exactly doubling D.R. Meadows, who has the second most at 22. We've seen Flash uber aggressive as of late. Recently had 4 steals in 1 game for the Savannah Bananas coming here in Grayson Stadium. But has to be very wise when he might choose to run, especially with 2 outs. One more bad one to Bill, and Flash will be off on the pitch no matter what. Leroy, always a tough cookie at the dish, tough to strike out. Nice job by Indy on the backhanded scoop. This will loose Mitchell from first, though.
And great communication, just a second there from Indiana Stanley, raising both of his arms, just making sure that his party animals defense is ready in the event that the sprint defense has to ensue.
Brett checks on Malachi again, who was flinching towards second. Now he fires home. It misses below the knees. Party animals need to have excellent sprint defense. Flash is getting the wave around. The flip to Skoll is wide. And Bill is going to be at second. Malachi scores. We're tied at 1 run each in the second.
Well, Indiana Stanley is communicating that sprint defense because he knew Malachi Mitchell, the fastest man in Banana Ball, was on the base pass, possibly trying to come around and score there. Does so successfully. And therefore, Jake Skoll and the party animals, I think they were on a little bit of an autopilot mode, thought that that walked off the inning for the Bananas, did not instantly go after that banana ball, and that's what allowed Bill Leroy to get to second base.
Indiana Stanley gets this one in foul territory, right up against the netting to take care of Robert Anthony Cruz and end the second inning tied at 1 run each. So neither team earns a point. We've still got zeros in that department. And we'll toss it down to Maceo and the fellas as they'll dance us to the third. Heck of a job by Mace. Great work by Ziggy, Crosby, Malachi, and Niznik as well. A little freestyling at the end of the player dance there.
Did you have a favorite freestyle in particular from what you saw out of the guys down there? I'm curious.
Yeah, as per usual, transfixed by Brandon Crosby. That guy can move it and groove
Yeah, that's a good one. Hey, don't sleep on Zig.
I never would. There's many reasons why you do not want to sleep on Zig. It's not a mistake I'm going to make. Here's the aforementioned matchup. Indy against Donaldson, and that is a barrel off the bat of Indiana over the leap of Rack. And Indy's thinking 3. Relay from Cox. Not in time. Triple on the first pitch of the 3rd for Indiana Stanley.
And Indy absolutely fired up, as are all of his Party Animals teammates coming out to give him some high fives, but it appears we've got the fan challenge popped, and we're going to take another look at this play.
We are limited camera angle wise tonight because a lot of our crew couldn't come in due to the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. So bear with us while we get the best possible view. That's a pretty good one. This is a pretty good one too. All right, heck of a job, BTV. You never disappoint. And oh boy. Let's get that exact angle one more time. It looks like he might have been gunned. Scoop, the tag. That one's blocked.
We need to go back to the last angle we had.
Correct.
Right here.
This is our angle if anything's going to overturn it. We are inching there. Boy, that looks like out to me.
I agree.
I think this call could be overturned. Yep, and let it play through, please. There it is, right there. That's the tag. I think this call's overturned.
He's out.
Yeah, overturn this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, after review, the ruling on the field is overturned.
Nice chuck from Cruz. Great relay from Cox, and then the scoop and the swipe tag from Hosley. Just barely nabbed Stanley. Another couple looks.
Yeah, perfect throw from Robert Anthony Cruz. Ryan Cox also knew exactly where to go. You get another look at it on the replay there. It does indeed appear Danny Hosley getting the glove on that knee of Stanley before he could get to third base.
Barrel from Indy. That was 97 miles an hour off the bat. He'll have to be content with a double. Great defensive play by the Nanners. Now Donnie with Cox, Olsen, and Meadows behind him are all going to boogie to celebrate the out to start the inning. And that's a base knock for Dustin Baber. Had a heck of a play on a 5-2-2 dance defensively in Citizens Bank Park a week ago. And he picks up a base knock on the 3-2-2 here.
Yeah, we saw a big offensive performance from Dustin Baber. Last Saturday had 2 doubles for the Party Animals. Now just stays rolling, and unfortunately that hit really hurts if you're the Animals after seeing Stanley gunned down at third.
That was not a cheapie either. Baber dialed that up to 98 off the bat, according to TrackMan. So now we're at the top of the order. Ball and a strike on Reese Hampton. You see Baber retreating back to the dugout as Jordan Hussein, the designated runner, has taken his spot over at first. Donnie will give him some attention here. Hussein 14 steals and 18 tries here in his rookie banana ball campaign. Tremendous speed. And that's going to be a base knock for Hampton. So once again, the first out at third really hurts the Party Animals. If Indy wasn't going to score on the hot shot from Baber, he was coming in on the Hampton single afterwards.
And that one not laced especially hard from Reese Hampton. What Jackson Olsen should have known there, Hampton, especially pull heavy when batting from that left side of the plate, probably should have been shifted a little bit more towards that first base bag to be able to collect that grounder off the bat of Hampton. But now, Hampton 9 hits away from 100.
Chase Acuff in a big spot. He had one of the big swings of Philly. Solo home run in the 3rd inning. Towering blast. No doubt off the bat. As I said, as Acuff also said immediately afterwards when Drake Toll was able to interview him. I actually saw folks in the K-Club chat wondering where Drake is. He's working behind the scenes for us as DR sideways flip. We'll toss it into second as Hussein tags. A trick play here to get out number 2 for the doctor.
Well, for DR Meadows, decided to go after that trick play considering he had a feeling Hussein was going to be trying to tag in advance regardless of whether he went for the trick play or not. Of course, Meadows trying to creep closer to 100 and achieve that milestone for the first time among any outfielder in banana ball. Comes away with a sensational grab.
To get back to our darling Drake there, as this one's hit the opposite way. Rack went in, now he goes back, makes the adjustment, and ends the inning. So the Party Animals on 3 hits cannot score thanks to some terrific Bananas defense. And the Nanners just need 1 run in the bottom half to finish this up. Okay, we'll talk about Drake when we come back. For now, we've got to get it down to the young professor.
Some of the strongest moms we can find here at the ballpark to find out tonight who is the world's strongest moms. Let's meet our moms. We've got Riley and Kayla here, and here's how it's going to work. When I say go, they're going to take off from home plate. They're going to go to first base. They're going to pick up their youngest kid and carry them to second base. They're going to exchange them for their next oldest kid. Then they're going to go to third base, exchange them for a player. The first mom to make it all the way home will be crowned the world's strongest mom. Ladies, are we ready? Then on your marks, get set, go! Here they go. We've got Riley, we've got Kayla. Kayla's running in pretty hot, picks up the kid and takes him up there. His feet are flying behind him. It's pretty much a dead heat. All right, here's where things get interesting. Next kid, Kayla flexing on him. All right, and now the final exchange. Kayla gets there first. Noah Nisnik is jumping on. But Riley's there. She's got Dalton Malden. They go down. Kayla is running away with it. It's all her all day long. The world's strongest mom. Give it up for Kayla.
We have it for you here. There's the world's strongest mom. We figured it out in Savannah, Georgia. As we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Just like it was for the Party Animals in the top half, 9, 10, and then the top of the order to swing it here for the Nanners. Danny Hosley, Ryan Cox, and then Meadows at the top. Danny fouls that one off. Hosley has been heating up as of late, has the batting average up to 295 here on his 2nd tour. Slow tapper between the legs. Bryson Bloomer across the diamond. Jason Swan, give me that scoop. That is 1,300 trick plays on the tour between all of our banana ball teams.
And the pick from Jason Swan at first base is able to save this sweet trick play out. Bryson Bloomer not doing too much going between the legs, but having to fire a pretty strong throw across the diamond to make sure he could get it to Swanee before Hosley reached.
Armando Becerra has out number 2. Only takes 1 pitch to dispatch Ryan Cox. And to the top we go. DR Meadows, who bounced into a trick play from Helen his first time. 1 of 2 that Brett has on the evening. As he's 1 away from Delano now for the tour lead when it comes to pitchers. This one flicked out towards right, and it ends up spinning just past Baber. That's a DR special right there.
A lot of late English on that banana ball. That was the reason it gets away from the glove of Dustin Baber, who you see ranged way out into right field after not being able to come up with that grab. But for DR Meadows on base and trying to now start a 2-out rally for the Bananas, with Dan Oberst now up.
That thing was blasted 62 miles an hour off his bat and into the right spot. Got the job done. Oberst quickly behind 0-2. Brett has offered the one sprint tonight. It was to Bill Leroy an inning ago with 2 outs. Drove in the one Bananas run. Kept the second inning tied. Outside of that, Helton's control has been impeccable.
Yeah, and jumping ahead in many counts against these Bananas batters tonight. That's what helps. That's what has helped him find so much success early on in this ball game, as Helton tried to leave the mound thinking he was about to get strike 3 called there from Vince.
Boy, I think it had the bottom of the zone. He does not get the call. It's one that could go either way. And then Dan able to hold up on the sweeper there. So just like that, the count even at 2-2. Cutter misses, and an 0-2 count has gone full.
Really nice job by Oberst to battle back in this count against Brett Helton, holding up on the 1-2 pitch and taking that 2-2 as this one is slammed out to left field, and Danny Barrels has left the yard for the Savannah Bananas as they pick up the first point of the night, the 5th long ball for Dan Oberst, and it is a big one as Correll Prime is out there to circle the bags with him.
When you hit the ball 106 miles an hour, you get a 7-year minor leaguer to take the trip with you. Dan's gonna celebrate with a belly flop. Getting wet and wild in the kiddie pool. The Niners lead 1-0. Thanks to Mr. Oberst. Another look. 3-2 fastball, ended up right down the middle. Dan did not miss it. 392 feet. And it left the yard in a hurry.
Well, Dan guessed correctly that Brett Helton did not want to issue the ball for a sprint. And went with the heater. Oberst, of course, not missing it. He's been recovering from a little bit of a wrist injury since sometime in July, so that swing has to feel awfully good for Mr. Oberst.
Banana Band blasts away as we head to the 4th. Niners up by 1 now. Dan picks up walk-off number 23, his 5th long ball of the year. It's for a guy hitting .330 in his 6th year as a Banana. Just gets better with age. Take a look at the numbers for Ryan Kellogg, who is not having the insane season he did in his rookie campaign a year ago. But when he comes in from the pen, like tonight, he's really been stupendous.
Yeah, this is the 10th time we've seen Ryan Kellogg enter the game in relief for the Savannah Bananas. And in 12 1/3 innings pitched, Ryan Kellogg has an earned run average of 1.46. Absolutely incredible out on the mound, and he works much quicker when he's pitching in relief as well. So he's averaging 3 outs in 3 minutes and 30 seconds for the Bananas, and has a chance at another quick inning as this one is chopped to Jackson Olsen, goes under the legs, and Alex Ziegler fields that one behind the back for the double trick play.
Well, struck well by Cornett, 91 off the bat according to TrackMan. Tough snag there by Jackie. And then one pitch later, as we bring you back to live action, that's Armando Becerra making himself 2 for 2 on the night. That one ripped 97 off the bat for a single out into right center. We're 2 pitches into the inning. We've got a double trick play and a bullet for a base knock. Now Jason Swan's throwing money around like it ain't no thing. Wipe out for It's a Chapman.
What might be a thing for Vince?
Seems like it is. Thought he's being compensated adequately. Not polite to ask about those things. One misses outside to Swanee. He grounded into a 4-6-3 trick play, double play, his first time. That was a gnarly changeup by the former Cubs minor leaguer who spent 7 years in the system. This one sharply to third, Hosley to second, Olsen to first, another double play off the bat of Jason Swan. And it helps Ryan Kellogg face the minimum in his first inning out of the pen.
And that is the first sub-2-minute inning of the night as well. Ryan Kellogg registering 3 outs in 1 minute and 34 seconds.
Hosley started it. Olsen twisted it. And the Nanners go around the horn for yet another twin killing. In the second, now one in the fourth, and now it's time to Hey Baby.
A great big Hey Baby!
We're in the 205th banana ball game ever played in front of fans. The site of the first, back on June 26th, 2020. And I was lucky enough to broadcast my first Savannah Bananas game ever. At that point in time, the Bananas were riding an 88-game sellout streak. That is up to 378 now. $290 games. It's been a wild 5 years.
That's a walk, boy.
239 straight sellouts here at Grayson.
You got an Iron Man streak going yourself, man.
Right.
For the Bananas.
For the Bananas, correct.
Of course, Drake handled those headlining games for the Animals.
I've missed 19 banana ball games now. And I'm thrilled about it. It's always got to get bigger. If I was able to broadcast every banana ball game ever played, the sport clearly never made it to a league. So. There's Drake in the control room with Papagito. Look at Chad on the sticks. Not just one job, but 2 jobs. That's right. For the coordinating producer of Bananas Television, and we just talked right over this kid. So it looks like we're gonna have kids introing the Bananas up to the plate. We'll try and nail the rest of it.
I apologize to that youngster.
I was fired up about people in the control room. So there's the big reveal for Drake Toll tonight. Is, you know, we can't be forcing our wonderful people at BTV to come on in if it's not safe wherever they are in the world right now. If they're still battling with stuff at home, whether it be power out, debris, yada yada. This one off the end of the bat. And right on the edge of the infield, it's going to be batted. Not a lot of height from the tip from Dustin Baber, but Acuff there to put it away. All right, looks like we're going to have one kid introing our hitters for the Nanners in the bottom of the fourth. Alex Ziegler gets the honor this time.
He did not go full name. He just decided to go next up Ziggy.
I love it.
I do like that.
Not just a first name basis, nor last name
They're
nickname.
on a nickname basis.
And that one on the first pitch to Bloomer between the legs, behind the back. Oh, the Boomer. That's a doozy of a trick play. His second of the night, 40th of the year.
Yeah, great to see Bryson Bloomer now in back-to-back seasons reach 40 trick plays for the Party Animals.
And now Super Reese Alexiadis gets the special walk-up treatment. Pair of trick plays on the 2 outs Helton has earned here in the fourth. He looked awful sharp tonight. Took care of Alexiadis on one pitch, bounced it right back to Brett. His first time. Dials that one up to 90 on the gun to even up the count. K-Club chat's going crazy after the Drake sighting. Understandably so, as Reese has himself a 2-out knock. Now it's Jackson Olsen, who will try and either end the inning in favor of the Nanners or pass the baton. He worked himself a big single in the second. Was pinch run for, but it set up the RBI sprint for Bill Leroy that tied the inning at 1 run each. Now Jackie trying to win an inning for the Nanners.
Pico, I have a question for you. If you were one of those youths down there on the field,
Right.
which player would you want to announce to the dish?
That was a filthy changeup. 0-2 count on Jackie. Oh boy, I think I'd probably be a Robert Anthony Cruz guy. Alexiadis takes off, and he's gonna swipe second. A dozen steals now on his rookie campaign. He's only been caught once.
Yeah, well, Reese, very intelligent, and even though there were 2 outs there, figured he could catch the party animals off guard and get himself into scoring position. Now if Olsen collects the knock, the Bananas could have a chance at a second point, but instead it is Olsen swinging through the Brett Helton heater. And it is still a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Bananas. As we go down to the field for our Bananas Foster Family of the Night, here's Tori Bridey.
There are over 400,000 children and teens in foster care without a permanent home. To raise awareness and bring families together, we've created a nonprofit called Bananas Foster. Our organization is dedicated to celebrating those in the foster care community while educating and inspiring others to get involved. Tonight, we are celebrating the DeGarmo family. John and Kelly are huge advocates of the foster care community. They have been a licensed foster family for 22 years. In that time, they have welcomed over 50 children and teens into their home. Fans, please join us in celebrating this amazing family for making a difference right here in our community.
Another super special moment for us in Banana Land. Tonight we get to honor John and Kelly DeGarmo, who have been a registered foster family for 22 years. They've welcomed 60 children into their home. It's superhero stuff. You can see at the bottom of your screen, you can text bananas to 50155. Get involved and make a difference in the foster care community. Ryan Kellogg's going to be out for another inning of work. We have cruised through 4 already tonight. The Nanners lead 1-0. And Fardy's got a new outfit.
He's lost his banana as well. Can we be sure that that is Fardy?
Oh, I know Fardy. That is Fardy. Surprisingly, we've got no one else around here that looks quite like that. Looks like Rack's doing a welfare check.
How kind of him.
It does look like Fardy just wandered out of a nearby nursing home. A spirited discussion out there with Rack as Bloomer
Maybe his
steps in.
date stood him up.
Oh, it does. That could be a first date outfit there. Giving Dorothy vibes. Good call. Well, that was truly a very dirty home plate. Vincent Chapman dusted off. I thought he was actually just going to have us go back to the action afterwards. And now he'll throw his helmet to the skies. Bill trying to protect him, nearly landed on his head. Good defensive maneuvers there by the Nanners backstop.
Well, Bill could come up with the bare-handed catch of the banana ball earlier, but could not bare-hand the Vincent Chapman mask tonight. I'd say, okay, that one wasn't going to count for an out or anything.
I'll tell you what, the launch angle, according to TrackMan, was at 88 degrees. Woo! Yeah, straight up. Hello. Another hot shot off the bat of Bloomer between the legs twice. Ryan Cox throws it wide over to first and still sits at 199 trick plays for the tour. That was 99 miles an hour off the bat of Bloomer.
Oh, and you can see the reaction there for Ryan Cox, biting at the fist just a little bit. Maybe tried one move too many as you see the throw pulling Alex Ziegler off the bag. And that 200th trick play will have to wait just a little longer. Tanner Thomas right to Ryan Cox between the legs, gets the first out at second base. The Bananas turn 2, and Ryan Cox becomes the first player in banana ball history to 200 trick plays in a single season.
The moment for the glove magician. He's in a league of his own when it comes to trick plays. The Bananas are running off the field. That's only the second out. I'm also surprised the party animals didn't challenge the call at first. We'll get another look at it here as you get another few looks at trick play 200 on the tour for Cox. Yeah, why did the party animals not challenge that? Tanner was safe every day of the week on that. By a mile. I could see it from up here.
You've got Anthony Coramato talking with first base umpire Chris Walker at the moment. Two exchanging some words, but still no challenge coming from the party animals.
That's shocking.
And Indiana Stanley will stand in now against Ryan Kellogg.
We saw one pitch tonight from Jared Donaldson. Tattooed it off the left field wall. Tried to stretch a double into a triple. Could not get there. Now he'll try and steal first, and he will. Showing off the wheels. That's the first steal of first in what I'm sure will be a long and very successful banana ball career for Indiana.
We just saw that one get away from Bill Leroy, and what we always have known about Indiana Stanley is not afraid to run the bases as aggressively as possible. And it was Stanley instantly, with no second thought there, getting himself on base, trying to extend this inning for Dustin Baber. He's going to give the fans in the decks a shot at a catch tonight. They come up empty.
Babe singled his first time. Behind 0-2 against the 6'6" southpaw here. And flick foul again.
And you can see Ryan Kellogg laughing at Dustin Baber after delivering that 0-2 pitch. Just continues to try and throw Baber something slower every time and see if he can keep up with the pitch at the plate. Baber is able to get wood on this breaking ball from Kellogg. Ryan Cox takes it to himself, has to turn himself around, and still comes away with the catch, running into Robert Anthony Cruz. And it's a monumental inning for Ryan Cox, collecting trick plays number 200 and 201 on his world tour.
That was an exciting half inning. Kellogg puts up a 0. We'll toss it down to the banana splits. Sensational stuff from the splits. And now Sean Fluke takes over on the bump for Brett Helton, who just put together another terrific start for the Animals.
Yeah, 4 really good frames there for Brett Helton. Of course, it's spoiled a little bit by that Dan Oberst 2-run shot in the 3rd inning. But he turns it over to Sean Fluke, who's had a lot more success in the strikeout department. The last 2 times we've seen him pitch, Flukey with 3 strikeouts in that span.
It's the man who holds the single-season strikeout record at Favre down in the Hudson, Florida area. That's a 5A Florida high school. Flukey had 128 Ks and 85 frames his senior season. Took his talents to Pasco Hernando State. Baseball career seemingly fizzled out there. Played a lot of, and I mean a lot of beer league softball. And he's no joke out on the softball diamond. But through Mike Vivacis, his now head coach, former teammate on the Party Animals, found his way to Banana Land via the 2021 Breakfast Bowl. He's been a Party Animal since 2022. Couldn't find the zone on his first 4 pitches. Told Bill a fastball was coming there, and then nearly plunked him with it. So the Nanners gifted the inning-winning run. 1 hitter into the bottom of the 5th. That is the inning-winning run aboard, rather. Pardon me.
And the Bananas going to use their designated runner again. Malachi Mitchell running for the 2nd time tonight for Bill Leroy. Sean Fluke will have to keep a close eye on Mitchell. Because you touched on Fluke, letting Bill know he was going to throw fastball there. Almost seemed like a plan for Sean Fluke to hopefully get Leroy to put the ball in play, and Cruz will put it in play here and be doubled up as Chase Aka grabs a trick play for the Animals as you saw the between-the-leg transition.
That's a snazzy trick play from Chase. That thing was rifled at him 102 miles an hour off the bat of Rack. And takes it to second himself. Beautiful jump throw over to Swan. The leadoff sprint is eliminated just like that. There's a 63-mile-an-hour spinner for strike 1 to Hosley.